loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is LaToya Ebony, and in this video I'm gonna be showing you how I do my knotless braids. Let's show some scalp, okay? I did these all by myself. Definitely a DIY project. If you are not a braider, that is okay because you will see my imperfections as well. I'm gonna share with you the tips, tricks, how long it takes, anything I notice throughout this that will help you on your sort of DIY knotless journey. A couple of products that I use. It's gonna be probably a quick and fun tutorial. I love how it turned out and I hope you enjoy.
What you'll need: a heat protectant because you'll begin on blown out hair, a blow dryer. I prefer one with a concentrated nozzle, a hair moisturizer to soften the hair, a wax or gel for added neatness, good quality hair clips to keep the hair in place, a wide tooth comb, the tail of a tail comb, and this is the hair I use. I'll link it below. The length wasn't listed, but it's pre-stretched, very soft, and doesn't tangle much. I got the number 2, which is my natural hair color. It has a slightly reddish brown tone to it, and the hair comes in a bundle of 5. I used 4 packs. This is the size of the pieces I used to feed into the braid. Let's get started. I started with my hair blown out and twisted with the Camille Rose moisturizer to save time. I originally wanted very big braids, but changed my mind when I got to the front. As always, I'm gonna be honest, I left it that way because I am feeling lazy. It's the next morning and it took me about 7 hours to get to this point. This is what the back looks like. The parts aren't even, but if you can feel my vibe in this week, I seriously don't care. I'm gonna show you what I did using the front section, but remember, I'm not a professional. It's my first time braiding extensions ever, so cut me some slack. Begin with a predetermined section and detangle the section of hair with a wide tooth comb. Then apply your gel to the perimeter of the section. I personally don't like spreading it on my scalp, but do you, boo? Once it's on, take a comb and gently rake through the product to evenly distribute it. Then split the section into 3 smaller sections. After 1.5 revolutions of a braid, take some of the braiding hair and join it with the 2 outside pieces of the braid. Cross the middle section over the right piece of hair and continue braiding until the middle section is on the right side for the second time. Then pick up another piece of braiding hair, join it with the 2 outside pieces again, and you're going to repeat. Cross the middle piece over the right piece, the right pieces back through the center of the left and middle piece, and so on and so forth. A tip for braid placement is to try your best to keep the braid in the center of the section. There were some where I braided it too low, but I could always fix it another time. Occasionally add some gel or wax to the hair to help it blend a little better. And as you're braiding, after about 3 or 4 braid revolutions, I'll add another piece of hair. With each braid, I added 4 pieces of hair. However, I think a seasoned braider would simply aim to make each braid the same size. I did not do that. Once you're done adding hair, just braid it down until you can't braid anymore. Keep repeating those steps until you finish braiding your whole head of hair. As you can see, these braids ended up being very, very long. So before asking my husband to help me cut them, I cut off the very end so I could get a clearer idea of where the braids fall. They're basically booty length, y'all. I ended up boiling water to dip the ends of my hair into to keep them from unraveling. It's something my mother used to do when I was a kid, and I think it's still pretty popular today. It's a cool way to pretty much cure the ends of your hair without using rubber bands or burning the ends. In fact, I'm sure this method was used long before I was even a thought. After the hair has been dipped, I dried the ends into a towel and they look like this. Very messy, but don't worry, I cut them. Here are the ends after the cut. Not perfect, but I was happy to get the help. Now they'll look neater when I pull them back into a ponytail. And that's it. That's the tutorial. So now on to the tips.
We made it. I finally finished, so I'm gonna share with you a little bit more about the hair, how much time it took, my plan for maintenance, all the things. Okay, so first of all, this took me about 12 hours, and that is not including washing, blow drying, twisting my hair, which was a whole style on itself. So it took me about 12 hours to actually get these knotless braids in. I am not the fastest braider. I'm actually quite slow, and I actually don't tend to braid overhand. I braid underhand. So I am a lot better with French braids than I am with cornrows. So the finger placement for me was just difficult. I'm also left-handed. Maybe that has something to do with things, but if I can do this, you can definitely do this. Y'all, this hair is amazing. It is pre-stretched, so it's not gonna shrink. It's very, very silky, so I didn't have to like detangle too much. It was so easy to work with. I love it, and I'm really happy that I blow dried my hair in order to work with this, because it just helped the process go by a lot faster, seeing that I'm a very slow braider to begin with. So I highly recommend that if you have like natural hair, if you can blow dry your hair out to help move the process along, I think that it will help. And it also will help with blending with this hair as well. If you have naturally curly or kinky hair, I do recommend using some type of like jam, gel, wax, whatever, in order to smooth your hair out. I really like this. This is the Shining Jam. Obviously you've seen it, but I like how it glided on. It didn't like leave any flakiness or anything. Like, it was just so easy to use, and it kind of melts on like contact. So I found this to be really easy, not too sticky. Like, it was kind of the perfect consistency. In order to see the back, you might want like a little mirror. I don't know where my husband got this mirror, but it was really helpful in terms of seeing the parting in the back. I just feel and I part. So you definitely need some type of tail comb. I have this metal tail comb. I will link it down below. You saw it. Highly recommend, because you can kind of just go straight across. But after I was done parting, I got a little nervous, and so I wanted to make sure that the parts weren't too uneven. If you have natural hair that's dense like mine, along with blow drying it, I highly recommend just pre-parting your hair and putting it in some twists. That helped keep things so organized, and I didn't have to think about it. And I knew kind of where I was headed with it. I could fix any mistakes that I wanted with the twist. Now, I will say that initially I wanted this style to be, like, I wanted these to be like really jumbo braids and stuff, but I think for my first time, this is a good size, and I also don't even know how to do that on my hair. My sections always feel like they're super dense, like I have a lot of hair per section, and so I always get nervous and I end up making, you know, the section smaller and going smaller, but my goal at some point is to make really big ones. Now, I do have a full video on maintaining protective styles that I will link down below, but I highly recommend like getting kind of a squeezy bottle like this, in which you can make a concoction of your shampoo and conditioners. Like, I have a scalp issue, flaky scalp issue, so Head and Shoulders Clinical Strength Dandruff Defense or a Nizoral anti-dandruff shampoo is what I'm gonna be kind of going with. And I dilute it into a bottle and I pour it in my parts, and you know, I get to lightly kind of scrubbing, but highly recommend that you get like some kind of squeezy bottle like this to help you maintain your parts, and you know, you want it to stay neat for a long time, but of course you want to make sure that you are cleansing your hair and conditioning your hair. So I highly recommend that, and diluting it is a big plus as well. Now, when it comes to my nighttime routine, if it needs a little bit of a zhuzh up or flattening of stray hairs or whatever, I'll go in with one of my mousses, I'll put it on, and then I will tie it down with a satin or silk scarf like this, and make sure that those little hairs are not sticking up all over the place. And then even maybe on top of this scarf, I might put my bonnet on top of that. Now, this is a very extra large bonnet, and it is able to fit all of my hair. Like, I'll show you how I plan on doing it. Like, I plan on just like bringing the hair kind of up forward, pooling it at the top of my hair, and then going ahead and putting on my bonnet. And like I said, this bonnet can fit just about any hairstyle, and it's not too heavy. It's not too restricting around the head if you have a big head like I do. And what I'll do after that is I'll grab my standard size, well, it might be a little bit bigger actually. I think these are large shower caps. Could be standard, I don't know. I'll pull everything on top of my head, and then I will like just basically tuck until none of the bonnet is showing. That way I have a couple different layers of protection while I'm in the shower if I don't want to actually get my hair wet. I am going to have to get used to the flatness. I remember when I had my faux locks, I felt like very insecure because I have kind of like a large head, large forehead, and you know, I like a lot of volume. I feel like I look best with bangs and a volume. However, when I look back on the faux locks, they really grew on me. And so I'm kind of experiencing the same thing all over again, where I'm feeling like, should I put a hat on, you know? Like, just give me a little something. But this is really cute because then now I can wear hats. I love this. I absolutely love this. Anyway, that was all of the tips that I have and sort of the things that I noticed. It also does hurt your hands quite a bit. So if you have arthritis or something, it might just be worth it going to get somebody to do this. I like braiders, bless their heart. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this for the first time. I definitely think I'll do this hairstyle again. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope you subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.